Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Serene. Today I'm going to be sharing some of my most recommended products for running. We're going to go over some apparel pieces that are just ride or dies for me. I can trust them in any kind of scenario and I've used them for years. We have a couple of tech pieces which can just be really helpful depending on whether you're a beginning runner or a more experienced runner. Same with some recovery pieces, and then a couple of nutrition items including gels, which I went on a huge trial of testing last year, so I have some strong opinions and maybe some ones that you haven't tried yet and might like to. I also have a couple of hair care items because girls, I don't know if this is an issue for you, but when I started running, my hair care went to the pits because you're running so much, you're sweating, you're washing your hair so much more, and it's a disaster. So a couple of ideas there that might help you as well. The lighting today, I will apologize for, might be a little bit shocking. Perth is getting hit by a cyclone this afternoon and she's already starting to roll in. So the weather is just chopping, changing, and we're just doing what we can in the apartment to try and find a spot that doesn't look horrendous. So thank you for bearing with me through that, and let's dive in. Okay, so we're going to start with apparel. We are not going to be talking shoes today, so yeah, I obviously have a lot of recommendations on shoes, but if I throw them in this video, guys, it's going to turn into like movie length for you. So we're going to leave those today and we're going to focus on these things. I'm also not going to talk about everything I might recommend for running, only things I have strong opinions and a lot of testing in. So I'm also not going to be talking about electrolytes, heart rate monitors, a few things like that. So maybe in future I'll do another video covering them. But anyway, let's dive into apparel. My first item is going to be shorts, because aside from shoes, I feel like race day, long run shorts are probably the second most important thing, if we're discounting nutrition and training, obviously. So these are, they're inside out because I literally wore them yesterday on my run. These are the Find Your Pace shorts from Lululemon. I'll insert some clips of me trying on these things, but just so that you can see up close, these shorts are amazing. They have this sort of ribbed elasticy section here at the bottom, which really grips onto your thigh so that it cannot move up and down or right up and like let you get in a thigh chafe or anything like that, which I find so good. The material is just really breathable. It's sweat wicking. Like, I would run for hours in these and they wouldn't feel heavy or like, you know, when you're just like in the wrong material and you're sweating a lot and it just becomes just terrible. Like, it's a sensory issue and overload. These don't give you that. These really are one of the best running shorts ever. I have not done a marathon or I've done one half marathon where I didn't wear these shorts. Every other race I've ever done, and a city to surf, but every other race other than that I've done, I have worn Find Your Pace shorts from Lululemon. I have them in several colors. One thing I would say is Lulu has not released a lot of different colors in this. So I had my black pair for like the last 5 years, and then I only managed to pick up another couple of pairs in different colors recently. So if you see them out there, recommend grabbing them because they are a little bit rare like that. The main reason why these are just so amazing for race day and long runs though is because of all of these pockets. You have the double deep side pockets which can hold phones, or what I like to do is a lot of gels. They also have these pockets at the back though. So this is the 5-pocket version. So you've got 1, 2, and 3 here along the back piece. They're pretty good for just a couple of extra smaller gels or keys, things like that. But seriously, if you needed one pair of running shorts as a beginner, I would probably go straight for these. They're just not going to let you down. They're amazing. If you, like me, sometimes prefer not a bicycle style for runs. I have another pair, which I will talk about in a second. But for race day, these are the ones. These are the ones. Okay, so second pair of shorts. These are the Speed Up 2.5 inch shorts from Lululemon. Are we sensing a theme here, guys? You might have noticed from my other videos, I wear a lot of Lululemon, so I think all of the apparel today is Lululemon. Oh gosh, yeah. Anyway, these ones are great. I love these for if it's not a super long run. So I love these for like a standard daily easy run, maybe a midweek, like mid-run. I used to always wear these for like my midweek 20K, which might be a little bit of a session. They have, again, pockets at the front, which are amazing just to put a little key or a little gel in. And then this big zip pocket at the back, which fits a phone, keys, and some gels, like whatever you want. So these are great as well. Now, I will say I did hesitate mentioning these only because Lulu has updated them, and I have tried on the updated version. It just doesn't fit the same, so I haven't purchased the new one. I really wish they would bring back the old one. I don't even know exactly what it is that they've changed, but it just doesn't fit the same. It doesn't look as good, so that's a shame. But I have luckily got, I think, 3 or 4 pairs of this older version, which is great. Again, really breathable. They have this mesh sort of, well, this little like vent bit here in the back. So really great airflow, really nice material. I love that they like cinch you a little bit here and then flow out because they give you just like a really nice shape around your butt. So Speed Ups from Lulu, really great. I do like the 2.5 inch best. Okay, now we are on to shirts. I am wearing one variation of the shirt I'm going to recommend now. So any kind of Swiftly Tech shirt. This is go-to, again, for long runs and race day for me. So if I'm wearing it for a long run or a race day, you know it is my no-fail, go-to, most reliable possible item because you're not risking stuff on those runs, you know? So Swiftly Tech is just an extremely, extremely breathable, thin material. They're not too form-fitting. Like the one I'm wearing now is, I would wear this for like lifestyle. You could wear it for running, but for me, this one is a little bit too form-fitting for running. I prefer something a little bit baggier when I'm running. So they have lots of different versions. This is the cropped long sleeve. One thing about Lulu that I love, all their long sleeves are long, you know? Like she just, I could pull that right down. Love that, love that. As somebody that does have kind of long arms, I hate something that ends here. Like, ugh, gives me like a sensory issue. So anyway, they do lots of different versions. I will show you a few. They have this cropped short sleeve. Again, I like this maybe more for gym. The versions that I really lean towards for running are the hip length short sleeve and the hip length long sleeve, which I will insert pictures of. They also do a waist length and a race length, which I think the race length is a little bit shorter and waist length is about like here, and then hip length is even longer. I could be wrong about the race and waist. They might be switched. Shows how much I like that version, which is not much. I really prefer the hip length version. Again, I don't want something too form-fitting. Those ones I just feel like just ride up a little bit too much, and I don't want this part of my stomach. Like I'm wearing a crop top right now, which makes it seem like I do want that exposed, but I actually don't. I like hiding this part of my stomach quite a lot, so I stay away from the hip length and waist length ones, but I do own one, so I will show you sort of the difference in length there. Like I said, they come in all of those versions, but they also come in a racer back, so really, really nice for running. No matter if it's raining, cold, or hot, you can find a variation of this shirt and it is not going to let you down. It is just so good. Sweat doesn't seem to show as much in these shirts. Yeah, just really solid and reliable. So if you were looking just for a really good running shirt, Can't go wrong with a Swiftly from Lululemon. One other shirt recommendation that I will give you so you have an option is the Rulus from Lululemon. Again, they have cropped versions and full-length versions. They also have ribbed and non-ribbed versions. So I have one of each. I will show you what the full-length ribbed looks like, and this is the cropped non-ribbed. If I was going to make a suggestion, I personally like the non-ribbed version more. It's just a softer material. The ribbed is still really soft and lovely, but I personally just prefer this version. They also have a cute little zip pocket just on one side. That's really nice just for like a set of keys, but honestly, it does bounce around a little bit there, so I never really use it. But if you just had a cute pair of shorts that you really liked aesthetically and didn't have a spot for a key, then you can pair it with this, and now you do. So yeah, really, really nice. I reach for these probably more in winter, I think, than the Swiftlys because they're just that little bit cozier. So probably a little bit less breathable than the Swiftlys, but still just so nice. Like, I love this material. I love this material so, so much. Just like the Swiftlys, they have the really long sleeves with the thumb holes, which I don't know, it's just such a vibe for me. These ones though also have this little section, I'll show you in the video, where you can flop it over, like, so it pulls over here, and you've sort of got your little hand nubbin like tucked in, which again is so nice for winter. Like, it doesn't get that cold here in Perth, but sometimes it does. And you know, when you're like starting out on your run and your fingers, your extremities, your ears, your nose, they're just getting like a little bit cold, you just tuck your little nubs in and run along, and it's just such a nice sensation. So yeah, really, really love the Rulus. Look, if you were going to get one shirt though, I'd probably still lean you slightly towards the Swiftly, unless you live in colder climate, in which case maybe this one is slightly better. Okay, for my girlies out there, this one's a quick one, but sports bra, no brainer. Lululemon Longline Energy Bra does the job, holds the girls, not much movement, nice and comfy, and looks good. Running belts. Now, I try probably to use pockets in shorts more than running belts. However, sometimes you just want to look cute. Like, come on, sometimes you do. You want to put on a pair of like hottie hots or something, which yes, they have a little pocket, but if you're taking your phone for a podcast or something like that, you need a belt. This one from Lululemon is the best one I've tried. I'm not going to pretend that I've tried heaps. I've tried probably 3 or 4 running belts. I think 3, because I can't recall a 4th one at the moment, but I feel like there was 4. Anyway, Lululemon is the best one I have come across. It just doesn't bounce around like the other ones do. So this is really good. You have the big main pocket here, but you also have these little side pockets here. So it's like upside down and then upside down again. So like you can stick a key in there and ain't no way she coming out. But there's also a tab you can tie it to. So I really like that feature, because if I'm putting my phone or gels in this pocket, I might be trying to access that pocket quite a bit while I'm running to, you know, change a podcast or get a gel out. I don't want to risk that my key is then going to fall out of that pocket at the same time. So having it like secured in this little side pocket, I find really, really nice. Once again, it's just this lovely material. Like, all of Lulu has these beautiful materials. They just always feel so buttery soft and lovely. So I have this in a couple of colors, and I think they're about $20. So in terms of Lulu pricing, because we know she is not the cheapest brand, that's kind of affordable. You know, for a running belt, $20, you probably have $20 lying around. I think they're called the Find Your Pace running belt, actually. But I'll confirm, and I'll put links to everything in the description below so that you can actually go and check these out if you are interested in looking at any of these items today. Okay, guys, one last sort of apparel piece before we move on to some of the other things in my recommendations. These are the Balega Enduro VTech, I want to say, socks. These are my go-to socks for any kind of long run or race day. This is what I'm going to be wearing. I've tried a few different brands of socks. As you might know, if you watch my shoe review video, I don't like a lot of compression around my foot. So some of the brands that are highly recommended, like Features and things like that, they're just a bit too compressive for me. These Balega socks, though, are just the right amount. So you've got a bit of compression here, but they're so lovely. Balega does a lot of high quality socks. Some of their comfort socks I love for everyday wear. They're probably my favorite socks for everyday wear. But the Enduro VTech are my favorite race day. This is the Quater crew version. Look, they're not the thinnest sock. So if you have a slightly tight pair of shoes, or if you need something more breathable, not that they're not breathable, but again, they're not the absolute thinnest. So I would just keep that in mind. If you need something thinner, maybe not these. They're not the cheapest either. Balega is, I think some people say it like Balega, so I might be butchering it. I'm really sorry if that's how you pronounce the brand's name. They're high quality socks, and if you've ever bought high quality socks, you know that sometimes you're paying $20 a pair, and that sucks if you're running a lot because you're buying quite a few pairs. But I would recommend just trying one pair, seeing if it's something that you like, because socks are quite individual. People really have different vibes on what they like and what they don't. This is what I really like. This is a really good one for me. They do come in different lengths, so you can get the full crew. I don't think you can get an ankle in this version. And I have done every single marathon and half marathon in these socks. They never let me down. I have never even got a blister in these socks. So worth checking out, I think. Okay, next up we have earbuds. I've been using the Beats Fit Pro for, I reckon, 4 years now. I picked these up mostly because I was having so much issue with the other earbuds I was using. I've tried a few different brands. I think the most recent one was JBL though, which great earbud, but it was not as sweat resistant as these. So it was just fuzzing out and having issues. It also would not stay in my ear. We all know that issue that is just constant with earbuds if you're a runner. They just don't want to stay in your ear. These ones are great because they have this wingtip on them. Is that going to focus? Maybe. They have this wingtip on them. So when you chuck it in, it's supposed to sit just like this. I like to tuck it literally under this little ear bit, and then she ain't moving. No matter what I do, I could go and do blimmin' jiu-jitsu right now, and this isn't going to cut. Maybe that's a bit dramatic, but literally I've never had issues with this moving when I'm running or doing any kind of gym activity. I can be doing burpees and it's not going to come out of my ear. I'm not going to be adjusting it. It's just going to stay in there. So I don't know if that's how they actually designed it. I think it's supposed to sit above the little ear bit, but yeah, just tucking it under works so well. Maybe I have deformed ears, and I don't know. I'd be interested to know if anybody else has tried that, or if that's how they use these wingtips buds, because for me it's been a lifesaver switching to these. They are also really amazing bass quality. So if you're using music in your sessions to hype you up, this is going to get you there, man. She's just so good with the bass. Also amazing for noise cancelling if you're listening to any kind of podcast and things like that. It's just really, really good. They're a little bit expensive. They're not the cheapest one because it's Beats. But again, if the most important thing is that it's not going to move, I recommend trying some kind of wingtip one and just tucking it under this little bit in your ear and seeing if that works for you, because it does the trick for me, and I really like these. It's been so many years, and the amount of sweating I've done in these, and for them to not have a problem, can recommend. Okay, next up we have glasses. These are the Oakley Evzero glasses, I believe. I'm not going to put them on because I am about to go to work soon. And if you're a makeup girly, you know we don't need the makeup peeling off around the nose. I have not powdered enough for that situation today. So yeah, these are amazing though. I've had them for years. They have not scratched. I'm not the gentlest on my sunglasses like I try to be, but yeah, they are extremely covered in prints right now. I need to get one of those. I've seen them on Amazon because one of the patients at our clinic uses it. She's not even a patient anymore. I'm literally going to Machine Gun Kelly with her in a couple of weeks. Like, she's a friend at this point. Peeps. It's called a Peeps, and it's from Amazon, and it cleans them, and man, it looks so good. I need to get one of them for these. But yeah, these are incredible. If you are running a lot, you should be investing in a pair of sunglasses. If you're new to running, look, you can probably skip this one for now. Focus on just getting a good pair of shoes, a good pair of shorts. Those are your main two concerns. But if you are running a lot, get some sunglasses. I don't care if you live in a hot place, a cold place, whatever. Glare is actually sometimes the absolute worst for the eyes. It can be worse than a sunny day. And that continuous squinting when you're out, particularly if you're out for a while, actually takes a lot of energy expenditure. So I really, never regret spending the money to get these. I think you can pick these ones, the Evzeros, up for under $200 Australian now, which, look, I know it's still a lot of money, but running isn't a very expensive sport. Like, you can just get a few things that you need and be out the door, and that's all you need. It's not like cycling where you've got to invest like 10 grand in a bike and, all of that. So look, over time, if you're enjoying running, get a good pair of sunglasses. It is a really good investment. I've had these for years. So it's not like it's not like shoes where you're having to replace them really frequently. Get a good pair and they will last for a while. I'm always going to recommend you get a good quality item over a cheap version. This is something I've always done in my life, and I feel like it's always paid off. My partner is the opposite. He always tries to get the cheap item and save money, and then a week or two later, he's going and buying the expensive one because the cheap one has done him dirty. So just get the right thing straight away. You're not going to regret it. Next up, I have so many recovery tools, you guys. Look at this drawer. I have so many things, but look, let's talk about it. The Terragun. Now, I am not recommending that you buy a Terragun. This is a stupid price. I bought this probably primarily because I wanted to get the absolute most out of my running at that point. I used a massage gun every single day, so I knew that I was going to use it, and I got really suckered in by one of the attachments, which is the heat attachment. That's not even it. The heat attachment looks the same anyway. The idea of using this and it heating up on my sore muscles was game changer for me. So I am really glad I got this. It is an amazing massage gun, but if you are new to running, please don't get this. If you're running a lot though, a massage gun is a really good investment. It can, just doing that just for a few minutes every day can be the difference between you getting niggles that develop into injuries or not, keeping things loose, even just using it to be aware of how your body feels. Sometimes this can clue you into oh, okay, I'm really tight on the right side of my body and not the left. Maybe there's something strength-wise that I should be looking into there. So I really think a massage gun is a great thing to get as a runner. You can get cheap versions though, and they work really great. You do not need an expensive one. Just get one. There's some out there that are $100. I had one before this that was $150, and it lasts me for 5 years. So yeah, a massage gun is great if you're running a lot. If you're running maybe not heaps, again, low down on the list. Get your shorts, get your shoes, then think about things like this once you've decided I'm a runner and I'm running a lot and I want to look after my body. Do it. This one is really good because of how many attachments you get. Like I said, it also comes with an app, which granted, I never use, but it comes with an app which will take you through certain routines. Look, if you get another massage gun and you don't know what to do with it, you can follow those routines on YouTube. You can find them. So again, you don't need a tear gun, but this is really, really good. The other piece of recovery kit I would recommend is a foam roller. Now, I have two here, and I'm just going to quickly show you because I'm going to talk about this in a minute. This one is quite firm, and this one, I don't know if you can tell the difference, but is a lot softer. Now, when it comes to foam rollers, I usually think get the firmer one. I got the firmer one at discount because, again, I work at a physiotherapy clinic, so I can get a lot of these products wholesale, but they're not hugely expensive. You can usually find a really good quality one for $40 or $50. The blue one, which is a lot softer, hopefully that translated when I did the squish, but again, if you've seen my other videos, my thumbs aren't strong. I can't show you great squish tests. But the blue one is a lot softer. I grabbed that for $10 from Kmart. I never reach for that one. It doesn't do the job for me. The only time I will reach for that is if I have such bad DOMs from gym that I can't tolerate the pink one. Otherwise, the blue one just doesn't do anything for me. It's not firm enough to be able to, mold my back or really get into my muscles. But anyway, if you can find yourself a foam roller, look, if you're a runner or you're not a runner, I think honestly everyone should have a foam roller. Just pop it down on the floor while you're watching your, YouTube at the end of the day or your movies or whatever. A few minutes, again, just checking in with your body, seeing what spots are sore and what not, releasing it out, like just having that time is so valuable. Like it's such a good thing to do. Even if you don't do any sport and you're just a desk worker, like that's probably the number one thing I would tell you to get. Like, don't even worry about a massage gun. Get a foam roller. There's so much you can do on it. Again, YouTube ideas or routines on how to use them if you're not sure. But yeah, really, really good investment. So highly recommend. Again, probably more for the girlies. We need quality hair ties when we're running a lot, especially if, like me, you have, my hair's quite deceptively thick actually, and I can't be messing around with multiple hair ties tied in and secure, or coming undone during a race. Oh, that would be the worst. I would actually fume. I don't want to be distracted trying to tie up my hair while I'm going for a PB. Absolutely not. So surprise, surprise. I like the Lululemon hair ties. I don't know, guys, but they're just really good. They don't, like other scrunchies, they don't stretch out heaps over time where you're first you start with 2 reps and then all of a sudden after a week you have to go to 3 just to make them hold your hair nice and tight. So yeah, Lululemon hair ties, they're obnoxiously expensive. I think they charge you 20 or 15, I don't know, maybe it's 13. It's too much for a freaking hair tie, but they're really good. So maybe pick up one or ask someone to buy you one, for a little pick-me-up treat or little secret Santa, whatever it might be. Try it out. See if it's good. Again, particularly I think if you have long or thicker hair, because that's probably where you need that extra support more. If you have shorter or thinner hair, you might not need to worry about this section so much. Alrighty, one more and then we're going to get on to gels, which I'm excited to talk about. So this one, protein. Again, everything I'm mentioning today is because I have a lot of experience with it and I really, really think it's good. Now, I have tried a lot of proteins over the years. I don't really enjoy most or many of the flavors. I don't know. I am a little bit picky, taste bud wise. I always have been, and I actually stopped using protein powder altogether. I picked this one up for my partner a couple of Christmases ago because he is lactose intolerant and the whey proteins were just upsetting his tummy too much. So I picked up this Power Plant version from Prana on. I got the banana split flavor. I don't even like bananas. I don't eat bananas. I don't really like banana flavor. One day I tried this And it was just really good. Like, it tastes like a really yummy milkshake. And again, I don't really like banana flavor, and I really, really, really like this. I have one every day. This one has 33 grams of protein per serve. It's vegan. It's got 50% of your iron and zinc, recommended daily intake, biodegradable scoop, if that's important to you. It hasn't got a lot of carbs. This is 3 grams of carbs per serving. So some people might prefer more carbs in their protein shake, especially if it's like a post-run type scenario. I personally like to eat my carbs more because I love savory things. So I want to eat my carbs in real food, and I want my protein shake full of protein. So this actually fits me perfect. They have a lot of other flavors which seem like they would be really yummy, but again, because I've had such bad experience with protein, I don't stray from this one. Really, really like it. I think it would tick a lot of boxes for a lot of people. So if you're interested in trying one, I think they do little servings, like sachets that you can try, or you can get smaller sizes. You don't need to get this bigger size, but you can get even bigger. So yeah, I get mine from Supplement Mart in Australia, but I think it's sold I think it's quite widely available. Okay, guys, this is the one. This is the one I wanted to talk about. Gels. Now, like I said at the start, I have gone through a phase last year where I was over my gels. I wasn't encouraged to eat them. I was not getting enough nutrition while I was running. It was definitely affecting my performance. And I just really wanted to spend some time and try and find gels that I was more interested in taking. So I went on a spree. Bless Aid Station in Australia, because they have pretty much every kind of like nutrition that you can take on as an athlete. And yeah, they had such a huge selection, and you can just order it all and get it delivered. So I ordered everything through Aid Station. I still do. But a lot of these you can pick up at your local like Supplement Mart and stuff, which is really handy as well if you like forget to place an order and you need something for a long run the next day. Anyway, I used to always take the Enduros, the green apple, which if you're in Australia, you know, because if you're out on a run or something, like they're probably the ones that you're going to see on the ground. Although, bless Australians, we are pretty clean and we don't seem to litter much. Not that I'm even Australian, I'm New Zealander. Anyway, I used to always have them. $2.50 from Chemist Warehouse, like you can't go wrong. They were okay, really sugary, but you know, they didn't taste foul. So I used them for years. When I found Aid Station and started really experimenting though, I found so many amazing ones. And these are so good that I crave them sometimes. I like the flavor so much that I want to take them. Like when I'm running along, I'm like, has it been half an hour yet? Like, can I take another gel? Because I'm so excited to take them. They really taste that good. So first off, I'm going to talk to you about the big boy. This is Carbs Fuel. It's 50 grams, okay? Now, it is a big packet. I understand that. But we talked about the shorts. You've got those big side pockets. These fit beautifully in there. I fit like 3 in one side with no problems. So these are amazing because if you're trying to increase your carb intake, which a lot of, more experienced runners are, like myself, I was trying to get myself to more like a 75, 80 grams per hour of carbs. This is perfect because most gels are more like 26 to 30 grams, sometimes 40 grams. So these fit really, really great with a lot of those to pair together. In my most recent marathon, my favorite thing to do in the build and on race day was to pair a Carbs Fuel 50 grams with a Pure Sport. Now, these ones here, I got the original flavor. They are quite nice tasting. They're a little bit thicker, not super thick, but thicker than some of my other ones I'm going to talk about. They're really sweet and they're just really nice tasting. If I was going to compare them to something, I would probably compare them to a Bix, except to me, a Bix tastes a little bit dodgy. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I love Bix as a brand. The founder is from Perth. He seems like a lovely guy. One of my colleagues has run past him before, and like, you know, as a runner, like if you get a smile from someone, you're like, yeah. Anyway, he seems like a great guy. I love the company, but I didn't love the original flavor in Bix. The new flavors I've heard are fantastic, and I'm really keen to try them out, but obviously I'm not doing long runs yet, so I haven't tried them yet, but my colleague has and swears by them. These, I think, are most comparable to a Bix. Just really, really nice, yummy flavor, but very clean, basic flavor. So I really, really like this, and I love pairing it with something like the Pure, like I said. Pure is going to be your 26 to 30 grams, I believe. Most of them are 30 grams. See, this is the cherry juice. This is 26 grams. I have a couple of other flavors here. The cola, nuts, and lemon juice. Oh, she's my favorite. Oh, she's so good. This one also has caffeine. So does the cherry juice one. The cola is 30. And this is the apple and cinnamon. This has not got caffeine, and this is 30. So these just pair really, really well together because, as I said, this is a little bit thicker than this. This is more just plain and sweet flavored, whereas these are nice and thin. You've got an amazing array of flavors. Like, these are all so yummy. Like, so yummy, you guys. They're thin, so they're really far more refreshing. I just love these so much. I love that they have the caffeinated versions and a few different kinds, because you can sort of, you know, 1 hour you might do a caffeinated and a carbs, and the next you might do a carbs and an uncaffeinated. Really, really, really great selection. Love Pure. And these are one of the ones that you can pick up at most supplement marts and things around Australia. So really handy in a pinch. So good. Something else that I quite enjoyed was the SIS fruit salad. This one is even thinner. So when we're talking about thin, this is like thin. This one, she just like water, which is really refreshing on some of those long runs, especially in Perth. It's really hot. This is just like, just quenches you. Like, it's just really nice. It's literally just tastes like, yeah, some amazing fruit drink. Yeah, really enjoyed it. This one's a little bit less carbs. If I recall, it's like 22 grams of carbs. So yeah, I would use these more in like training runs. I didn't use these in my marathon, but every now and then I like this one. I like to be able to mix them up and really pick what I want on the day. So these were really, really nice. I do think they have, well, they do, because I've tried other flavors, but fruit salad was the one I reached for and reordered. Lastly, my last recommendation in terms of gels, and the ones that I keep ordering over and over again, are by Peak Fuel. This is a New Zealand brand. I get the berry. This one is 30 milligrams of caffeine. I should mention the other caffeinated ones I had were also 30 milligrams of caffeine. These are great, one, because they're tiny. So compared to the Pure and compared to the carbs, okay, really, really tiny. So I would reach for these when I'm doing that midweek, like mid to long run. So let's say it's a 20K session and I just feel like I need something. I don't want to do it without any fuel, but I don't need to be like really practicing my nutrition on these runs. I would just take one of these, slip into one of even the little front pockets of those speed up shorts. Bomb. They are a little bit thicker. I would say that they're slightly thicker than the carbs one, but not super, super thick. It's not like a Morton's jelly type vibe. It is, it's a really, really nice flavor. So I really, really enjoy these ones and just how compact and little they are. Super, super handy. Did I say how many grams these are? I think they're 26. Yeah, 25.9 grams. Again, probably why I reach for them more just in training runs more than race day, because I really want to make sure that I'm getting like, yeah, more like 80 per hour when I'm racing. But these are my absolute favorite gels for sure. The Pure ones, specifically the cola and what was it? Cola and lemon juice, apple pie and cinnamon, cherry juice, the Carbs original, and the Peak Fuel berry. Love them so much. Oh, and SIS fruit salad, good too. I am not going to tell you to go and get Morton's or Precision Fuel. Sorry, unpopular opinion, I think they're disgusting. I'm sorry. I know that they are literally, well, I'm not sorry. They are the biggest gel brands in the world. They're doing fine. They don't need my business. For me, I've never liked jelly consistency, so I don't really enjoy a Morton's gel. I have got some of their like drink mixes, the carb drink mixes here, but in terms of gels only today, I don't want a Morton's gel. I think it's gross texturally to me. And the Precision Fuel, the last time I took a Precision Fuel gel was in a long run. I think I was about 28 Ks in when I whipped out the last gel. I think it was like a 35K run. It was the last gel and I whipped it out. I needed that because it was a session. It was like there were efforts in this long run. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. You guys, do you know how bad it has to be for this to happen? 28K in, and I decided instead of continuing forward towards my end destination where I also had to get ready and go to work, I ran back like a good half K to the closest water fountain so that I could take this gel down because it was disgusting. And I don't want to be mean to a brand. Like, most people love Precision Fuel, so maybe try them still. Maybe this one is a me problem. But yeah, not flavor-wise, I couldn't do it. Like, I had to have the gel. So I was like squeezing it into my mouth, and then I was like at the fountain, filling my whole mouth with water, and then blocking my nose, gulping it down, and repeating the process until the gel was gone. Don't want it. Not when I can like be sitting there craving another pure gel. Yeah. So anyway, hopefully I managed to compress this into a bite-sized video for you guys, and it wasn't just like 40 minutes of me blabbering on about my favorite things. But yeah, look, if you're starting out running or if you're an experienced runner and you're looking to like experiment a little bit more, everything I've mentioned today are things that I have been using for years, and I stand by all of them. There are other things that, you know, as a runner you might really like, but if I haven't mentioned it today, it just means I don't have enough experience with it, and I'm not going to push it as, yeah, something I 100% recommend. I didn't even talk about watches. I probably won't. Look, you shouldn't be getting your tech advice from me. I'm not a techie person. But the only thing I will say is I've switched from Apple to Garmin. This is the Garmin Fenix 8, and it was the best decision I ever did as a runner. Love Apple watches. Would still be with Apple if they'd brought out a freaking flip phone. But I gave them enough time. And they wouldn't bring out a flip phone, so I jumped ship. I'm with Samsung now, and I got that old school flip, and I love it. It's the best. But in terms of running watches, Apple just aren't up to par. You don't need to get a like really expensive one like the Fenix 8. I think if you're starting out and you're enjoying running and see yourself doing running more, then a watch is a great idea. I would just find one that can measure your distance, pace, and time. That's all you need. That is all you need. If you're a really experienced runner, and then you probably know more about running watches than I do. So yeah, the only thing I'd say is, yeah, Coros and Garmin for running are much better options than Apple. But you know what? If you're with Apple, if you're in the Apple ecosystem and you already have the Apple Watch as a lifestyle thing and you're starting out running, then perfect. That does distance, pace, and time. Like, it's going to do you just fine, and you don't need to change that at all. But if you don't have a watch and you're looking at one, Garmin and Coros tends to be better for running than Apple. Anyway, I promise I'm done now. I have have to go to work now anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna go and get changed. Thank you so much for sticking around till the end if you did, and I really hope that some of my recommendations might help you if you're making some choices and spending money, because God knows the economy is hard at the moment, and we don't need to be wasting money on stuff that just isn't going to do the job or help us or inspire us to get out there more. So yeah. If you have any thoughts on anything that I spoke about today, or if you want to recommend me anything, I'm always down to hear that. So yeah, drop it below and have yourselves a great week ahead, guys. I will see you next time. Bye.